The future of Brazil, the largest economy in Latin America, will be decided this fall during a presidential election. Bolsonaro faces off against a former president, a leftist, called Luiz Lula da Silva.
Lula da Silva, he's kind of like Obama in the sense that he's just a once-in-a-generation political talent. Whatever you think of him, nobody can deny just his raw political skills.
Não adianta tentar acabar, sabe, com as minhas ideias. Elas já estão pairando no ar e não tem como prendê-las.
If Bolsonaro loses that election, China will certainly dominate Brazil.
E o Brasil, no meu entender, é o país mais cobiçado no mundo que existe no momento.
What is your opponent Lula's view of China?
Ele tem dado declarações aqui de defesa do regime chinês.
E a China tem um partido que tem poder, que tem um Estado forte, que toma decisões e que as pessoas cumprem.
China has directly interfered in the domestic politics of countries throughout Latin America, and that's particularly true here in Brazil.
Ou seja, a evolução que os chineses tiveram nos últimos 20 anos foi uma coisa extraordinária. E isso só é possível pela organização política chinesa.
Since 2002, the Chinese Communist Party has held more than 300 party-to-party meetings with rising politicians throughout Latin America. Politicians they believe will serve Chinese interests once they take power.
A China é um exemplo, sabe, de desenvolvimento para o mundo.
In the past year, traditionally conservative governments, like those in Chile and Colombia, have been replaced by far-left leaders sympathetic to China. Bolsonaro is the only remaining pro-American head of state in all of South America. From China's perspective, Lula is the perfect candidate. If China wants to make Brazil effectively a colony and Lula is in favor of China, doesn't that give China incentive to interfere in your election? And do you have evidence that that is happening?
Olha, não posso desconfiar de outro país nesse sentido, né? Essa discussão de estratégia se trata aqui reservadamente. Mas há um interesse de vários países no Brasil. Só o nosso potencial do agronegócio para alimentar.
China may not be the only government rooting for Lula.
There's no doubt in my mind that this administration wants Bolsonaro to lose and his opponent to win because they think he'll be more compliant with their agenda. It doesn't matter to them whether America's national interest is hurt because for them this is about spreading some globalist ideology on as many countries as possible at the expense of the interest of Americans, American workers, and our national security.
As American domestic politics has been dominated by micro issues like George Floyd and trans rights, the Chinese government has been busy taking over the world. Since 2005, the Chinese have spent more than $2 trillion on foreign investment and infrastructure construction. China now controls the infrastructure, the critical infrastructure, energy grids, roads, ports, in nations around the world, in Africa and here in Latin America. There is one government left in South America that is sympathetic to the United States, and it's this one here in Brazil. But it's being ignored by the Biden administration for ideological reasons. When the smoke clears, China may control Brazil too.